What the fuck? What am I looking for? All right. Fucking right. How's everybody doing? Fuck, I forgot the phone. Doo-doo-doo. All right, flip. Yeah, dude. Holy crap, that is so fucking crazy. What the fuck? All right. Oh. Hello, world. How are we all? Happy, it's cold over there. I shouldn't put this on the table. What up, dude? I know, Elijah Roth. I tried to spend a lot of time. I was like set and going through it all the time yesterday. Yeah, I think Oregon has the matchup, Elijah. I certainly agree. I fucking put an X next to it because I fucking no way am I betting that. But yeah, I agree. Matchup wise, like on the perimeter and stuff. UNC Asheville and Samford. Yeah, all the sushis hit yesterday, which was nice. Asheville's fucking how you miss the front end of that 1-1, Sam Skibitsky. We can't be doing that. Can't be missing front ends of 1-1s to win a game like that. But I honestly think like UNC Asheville is the better team. It's not the best matchup for them, but yeah, yo, what I say, you like that Quez Glover 4-point play with like 5 minutes to go or whatever? You like that? Yeah. Quez Glover's that guy. That team's going to be really good for a while, Samford. I'm taking them next time out, too, against Tennessee Chattanooga. That's a good look-ahead spot for us. Take Samford right away. Tennessee Chattanooga is not going to care about that game, and Samford's going to slap them, just like they slapped Furman. That's going to happen. Then Temple boys are going to upset Memphis. CTs, you wild man. Why can't I click on anything on here? Huh. I can't find my mouse on the YouTube one. Yeah, dude, there's more leans to the side of it too. I went fucking crazy. I felt like yeah, I don't know if Temple's going to actually beat Memphis, but out of respect, 12.5 is crazy because just like fundamentally, we're going to be so much better. I love UC Davis today. The line movement looks crazy. Was it crazy? I saw some money came in on UC Santa Barbara. There's going to always be people in the UC Santa Barbara camp. If you're on UC Davis, yeah, I'll move over. I also have. This is also, by the way, on my last post, I tweeted this, and then I always post this after on Instagram, on the story or whatever. I snapshot it at the end. There's nothing below Drexel and Illinois on the look to lives, which we've been having a lot of success with. But people who took Wisco anyways, even with Peyton Willis in there yesterday, that was scary, huh? A little hairy on your nuts. Yeah, yesterday was a good day. What's up, Cristo? What's up, Elvis? What's up, boys? All right, we'll start getting through to some of these. Middle Tennessee, I don't know. It's like the wagon keeps going. How much higher could Middle Tennessee State be valued, and how much lower could Marshall be valued? It's like just why? How about them Friars? How about Al Durham playing with a fucking hernia and putting that kind of performance on? I thought Al Durham was very impressive yesterday from like a young man standpoint. JTG Ruth in the live stream. What's up, brother? Maryland, why? What's wrong that you need to do that to yourself? Bet on this Maryland Indiana game with a slate like this. What Are you all right? If you need to DM me, brother, dab me, offer me. Just hit me up instead of betting on that game. Just hit me up. I think anything could happen. Literally nothing would surprise me. There's no outcome that could surprise me in that game. All right, big slate to go through. Do I have any other notes from yesterday? One note from yesterday. I thought unbelievable work by the chat, getting down. We figured out the Clemson game. The Coastal Carolina pick for people who tailed that with our buddy that knows Vince. Great pick. So great work by the chat. One little thing. I got to give a little spanking to everybody in the chat. No more disrespecting Huggy Bear. We disrespected Huggy Bear. No need to disrespect Huggy Bear. He's a legend. We don't need to do it again-ish. Okay, MTSU covers. I can certainly see it. 7's like not that. I would have thought it would be a little higher. So, like, if you want to take it, maybe have something. But at some point, you got to expect a young team to not, like, put up whatever performance. Bruh, Xavier, what the heck? Why do you not see Xavier not closing out that game? What have they done over the last, like, 3 months that has made you think they would walk in there and get that win? That was completely intangibles-wise. The matchup with the rebounding and stuff ended up going to Xavier. It was a worse matchup than I thought on the boards and stuff. That I feel like Providence, just their big men were just like whatever. But, I mean, we've been calling out Xavier for a long time just as the guys that won't close it. Again, though, Colby Jones getting that experience. If you see how many he getting to the line and stuff at the end of the game, very impressed by Colby Jones. Colby Jones in the future, this is all going to pay off for the kid. All right, we got to go through. Thank you, King Ant. You're a good man. All right. Why is the Murray State spread so small? The player, the prop parlay guy, I'm not quite sure. Eternal respect for Belmont, I can't quite tell. It would be Murray State or nothing for me. I'm really not quite sure. All right. Real quick. DePaul, Georgetown do. Why catch the falling knife? I don't trust DePaul. I don't lay money with DePaul, but they're on the lead side. I could not. What are you going to try and catch the falling knife with Georgetown? Why? Okay. Yo, fun guy. I agree, but we'll just move on. There's such a big slate today. I got to move on to this. Yeah, King Ant. You can also, I snapshotted this in my post today. I did like a quick, I looked away and did this. I figured out you can stop it in between. I thought I just had to basically run straight through on most of it. This is wonderful. Technology is wonderful. All right. Belmont is Murray State's kryptonite. George Biddle, I'm not sure. I feel like athleticism is usually Belmont's kryptonite. And I think it's kind of the opposite, to be honest, George Biddle. Why? Can I get a reason, George Biddle? Okay. Let me start going through from the top. Before I go through my picks, let's just go through. I think Oregon has the matchup edge, can't do it. Indiana, sure, do this to yourselves, guys. I don't know why. Anything can happen in that game. Maryland can win that game. I mean, anything can happen. What is the X next to Oregon and CFC? I'm not taking them because of intangibles wise. I just don't feel like doing it. If I didn't take CFC on the road versus Northeastern, like a good matchup last time out, this is an okay matchup. I think CFC is generally trending better. I trust Pat Kelsey as a coach. So I generally would want to take CFC if I had to take something, but why? At this point in the season, why? Dude, just betting on things to kind of turn around for a lot of these teams with poor ball handling and stuff at the end of the season. A lot of the times now it's just like trends are trends. Like it's like late season. How much is going to change? Like these teams that are playing really well. South Dakota, for example, tonight. People that want to hop on UMKC. People always love to hop on UMKC. Why would you get in front of South Dakota right now? What would make you get in front of South Dakota right now with how they're playing? They even incorporated that Xavier Fuller kid back in relatively seamlessly, which is fucking huge. Why? Just why? Are you not on Murray State? I'm not going to end up taking it because I don't know. I haven't watched a ton of Murray State. They've just been kicking the shit out of everybody, so I haven't really been watching them. I actually really like what I'm taking on the board today. And there's some others that I'll talk about that I might fling in, depending on whatever. We'll see what the chat gets up to, what we all like. Chat's been really good. We've been really on point. Long Beach State is cash right. I don't know. Trusting a young team at home to kick the crap out of people, the lines are so inflated now. What's that line? It's really wide, I think. I hate how the Vegas Insider changed their layout recently. That was a really uncool move. Where Long Beach State. At home against UC Davis has actually been playing relatively decent. We have a huge athleticism edge there, but that's wide. Yeah, I'd rather be on Long Beach State. We do have a huge athleticism edge there. Like they're like all like kind of white guards and shit. And we have some big like 6'5" guards that get to the rack relatively easily. So I'd guess I'd rather be on Long Beach State, but you see San Diego can just hit a bunch of threes. Their games are so dependent on whether they hit threes or not. When they just are draining threes, like the Killingsworth kid and stuff are draining threes, they can kind of hang with like most people in the league. When they're not draining threes, they get beat by 20. So I guess the spread doesn't really matter there. It's just whether they're hitting threes or not. Is that Northern Colorado? No, there's no Northern Colorado on the board. You lean Zags or SF? Zags. I think San Fran's going to get the shit kicked out of them. That's what we kind of said that last spot we took. We put San Fran on the leans board to kick the crap out of Pacific and in between getting shellacked by St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Gonzaga really hasn't had a game to get up for in like weeks. So now I think they're just going to get up for a game and kick the crap out of somebody, probably. I don't really like Gonzaga. They lost to Alabama. Let's all remember that. When people start putting them really deep into their bracket runs and stuff, just remember in your head they lost to Alabama and they have Nemhard leading them. Just keep that in your mind, okay? I know everybody's going to put them really deep this year, especially this kind of year where there's nobody that impressive, whatever. Yeah. Murray's DePaul or Georgia. Yeah. I'm not catching the falling knife with Georgetown. Why? Just got on. You only do college right now because we have the tournament coming up. I'll do the NBA playoffs, but then if we get a baseball season, I just kind of caught up. My buddy called me up into what's going on with baseball. I had no idea. Been so zoned in. That's why the board fucking looks like this. We'll see. Portland game feels trappy with the line. I think if you look at the first box score, yeah, but freaking Pacific never shoots it well. And Portland's also playing 10 times better when they played Pacific the first time. I think a lot of people are looking at the box score and saw like Pacific went, I think like 6 for 24 from 3, if I remember correctly or something. So Portland's another team. It's like South Dakota. Get the fuck out the way because the train's coming. They're a veteran team. They have like the Robertson and the Meadows kid that were at Eastern Washington together. They have a good story. It's like, I don't know. If Moses Wood has a good game, they win this game by 15. If Moses Wood struggles, I think it's going to be a tight game down the stretch, but I don't know, man. That Pacific team doesn't have like really anything to play for. Portland's on a hot streak. I don't know how you could get in the way of Portland right now. Providence didn't get, and you see the line too. You see it get pushed to like 1.5. You see pullback. I think it's like mostly 1 across the board now. So you see people pulling it back. That's not going to get too much wider. I was like happy to get a plus 105 with Portland. Providence didn't get a touch like first 202. Yeah, Watson, whatever. He's a turd. They are what they are. And Reeves with that stupid foul at the end of the game. I mean, it is what it is. They are who they are. They're not going to go like deep in the tournament or something, but it's still okay. There's no Colorado or Northern. Where does that come from? What did I put on the board that makes it look like that? Okay, IPFW plus 6.5. You know, Leo, I don't know. I put Oakland on the board for me in like a response game. We'll talk about like a Weber State playing Portland State with a guy like Kobe McEwen, who I don't necessarily expect to respond. But you look at a guy like Jamal Cain and how bad. The problem with Oakland is Jalen Moore. We pegged it like a couple weeks ago, but he's playing fucking terrible basketball. I don't know why that kid just completely checked out, but he is. Jamal Cain, however, had a really tough end of the last game. I think he's probably going to smash some faces. So I'll take Jamal Cain with a gun to my head. I don't really believe in IPFW's offense versus a team that can play pretty good perimeter defense. When you watch them like at the end of games and stuff, it's sloppy shit. Godfrey with a good guy defending him is a recipe for turnovers. So I think Oakland's playing poorly, but matchup-wise, I have to lean that way. This is a matchup show. I caught my wife sleeping with my boyfriend. All right, let me do one more space. This is a good one to talk about, Green Bay versus UIC. It actually is on the board. So I put Green Bay, and I have a thing next to it because I think, first of all, I think Green Bay is an absolutely irresponsible play. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to wreck that to people. It's a bunch of children on the road versus a Luke Yaklich defense. That's a good defense. So it's absolutely a ridiculous thing to actually like wreck to people, in my opinion. But I do believe in this Green Bay young team. I like McGee. I'm a big McGee guy. And I like the Shafley kid. We've talked about him a little bit. And UIC really struggles to score. If this is just like pure talent in a mucky kind of game, they already played them in the defense once. These kids are growing in general. I think Green Bay will win this game at plus 300. I think it's ridiculous, but I also think it's such a high variance spot where I don't know. I think a lot of it's me dreaming and hoping and believing in the McGee kid a lot. So soccer mom Dom, that's what I got. Is Tiger still out for UCLA? I'm not sure. I heard he might tough it and try and come back. I still think Oregon actually, like Harmon and Richardson and stuff, they're all long on defense. So a really good matchup for Oregon. I don't think that first one fell out of the sky. Okay, we went through Portland, Delaware -4. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they actually have the pieces. I wonder if Meeks is back. That might be big. I think it's difficult. The CFC has like way more talent, really. I know people like Allen Anderson and stuff. Is Jameer Nelson just gone? Or is he playing? Hold on. I got to scroll down to the bottom of the chat so I can get more info as we go. But yeah, I don't think you can get in front of Portland. Oh, it seems like a lot of people. This Portland team is very polarizing, it seems. Seems like a lot of people really have a fucking opinion on them. Yeah, dude, Nelson is playing, but now they're just going small. Yeah, I don't like this with the awesome Watt kid and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm not a big Delaware guy, but they are the more experienced team, and I can't trust CFC as far as I can throw them. So good luck, Leo. Shit. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom so I can get in touch with everybody. And then people just, you got to repost your things. I have nothing on Marshall, Middle Tennessee. I don't, because matchup wise, it's not a bad game for Marshall at all. Matchup wise, it really isn't. Like there's going to be a lot of up and down, I assume. Like I would think this would be a higher scoring game. In my head, it's a high scoring game. L. Scott, what's up, dude? I don't know about the under in the Green Bay game. I don't know what it is. I don't know, because maybe if Green Bay wins, they're going to have to get some free points and stuff like that. And they might have to score a little bit. So I'm not quite sure. Why only 0.5 U in Temple? I'm confident in them today. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of variance in that game. And they are big and they are long, and we're going to have to hit some shots. I know Jourdain can do that. I trust us to do some of it. I actually think our guard plays could probably outplay their guard play. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up adding. I don't know. There's just like, it feels like Memphis at home is much better than Memphis away. Like much, 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 much better. Dude, I don't know, man. This cap thing is crazy, Jay Kant. Or not Jay Kant. Yeah. I don't know about that. Is a lot to read. Your favorite play, Cleveland today, Cleveland State line looks sketch. Yeah, so that game I could see going two ways. That's a good point to bring up on this game. So I think there's going to be people on both sides of this coin. I just think the easy buckets for Cleveland State, just on like broken defense and shit like that, are going to outpace whatever Antoine Davis and stuff can do. Now Waterman being back is interesting because that's actually a big thing. Like in the Northern Kentucky game, I think that was a big difference maker, even though Northern Kentucky couldn't hit the backside of a barn. But I do think Waterman and his ability to stretch the floor and stuff with his size, board too. But I think even more like incorporating him back in, stuff like that. They still don't have A-check. There's going to be too many easy buckets. This is like good basketball versus, whatever, just talent. And Antoine Davis had 32 points in the first game. They still lost by a couple. So you're going to need him again to have 35 plus points as a baseline for them winning. So I can't do Detroit. I trust this Cleveland State team. But we trust Dennis Gates. I'll play him at a short line like this. You should be able to end the market by somewhere under -120. They win this game a higher percentage of that. Basketball is basketball. I'll always be on the team that I think is a smart team or whatever. Okay. Colorado -6 versus Arizona State. KJ Simpson playing really well for the Buffs off the bench. I'm not sure. Arizona State's so difficult for me. Because, don't get it twisted. Arizona State does have like the more experienced better guards. They just do. But how far do you trust them? Where do you watch all the games at? ESPN Plus. You got to have ESPN Plus. I don't know about buying flow hoops and stuff, whether it's worth it, but I have that shit. Texas Tech 28-1 future. You know, I was thinking about them the other day, Bugon, and the problem I have with that is do you see Davian Warren closing out an NCAA championship? Fucking come on. Come on. If you do, then take that future. Are you buying any stocks in the dip today? No. I haven't been. I freaking was looking at this slate and I was with a girl last night. Just no. Haven't looked at anything, but I guess I should be. Ohio State. Yeah, I'm going to look to live Illinois. I think Illinois ends up getting it done for, if no other reason, then the biggest matchup on the court is going to be Branham versus Trent Frazier. I think Trent Frazier, if we've talked repeatedly on here about what an unbelievable defender he is, I think he ends up getting it done. My opinion. I think like Trent Frazier wins that matchup at this time in their careers, and that's ultimately the difference. And I think we might be able to get a decent line on Illinois. So I'm looking to live bet on Illinois. That's one of these live bet spots, which have been working out. Notre Dame last night, Drake, both able to get good prices on. So that was nice. Ukraine money line, Sam Skibitzy. I like it. Probably wide. Probably it's a wide. Is it? I don't know. Well, money line if you have to actually win. What do the red things mean? Those are sushi. Damn it. I got these sushi magnets and nobody fucking knows. Damn it. Damn it. Creighton yesterday, your analysis was spot on. Oh, I appreciate it, Peterson. I didn't have the balls to take the money line. The people that messaged me that did, though, congrats, guys. Okay, let's see some other games. All right, or I can just start running through some. Let me see. Maybe I can catch up on the chat. Yeah, Temple's on the list. Chandler Akins. Can't not take Temple at that price for at least a little bit. Almost out of respect for the chat. Hofstra is too nice. I think Hofstra is really interesting. I have him on the leans list, W. Munoz. I think that a lot of people are going to take Elon thinking this is way too wide because Elon plays pretty good defense. But we talked about this on the reverse side of the last time these two played when Hofstra was like, I don't know, like a 6-7 point road favorite. I don't think we ended up taking it, but they have the matchup, right? Like Elon plays really good team defense and Hofstra has some of the best ISO offense, like one-on-one offense in the CAA between Ray and Estrada and stuff. So they're going to get the points that other people wouldn't. I would only be on Hofstra minus. I see 13.5 creeping. There's little people nibbling at the Elon plus 14. I don't hate it, but matchup wise, I got to go with my guys. I got to go with Hofstra. Bougie Jake, you like the red sushi magnets? Thank you, dude. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's supposed to be tuna. EJ Liddell is an Illinois kid. I heard that little Illinois homecoming game could give Kofi trouble pulling out on the point. Yeah, I don't like the backups, and if we have to have Cole Hawkins on them, that's not great. Yeah, I'm going to look to live. I don't know if Illinois covers, but I think Illinois wins this game because either way, that's a big man. So late down the stretch, like we're going to do EJ Liddell jump shots is what you're counting on to win a game, then I can't do it. Dude, I forget your name, K56799. You got to write your name again. So I can't refer to you as anything. I don't know what to do. I have really bad memory. Everybody, I think, probably gets that now. So it's no disrespect. Or if I don't respond to something, it's no fucking disrespect. I'm a pothead, dude. And I'm trying to do my best with this internet stuff. Montana gets it done. I think so, too. We took them the first time in the matchup. I still like the matchup. I still think we have much better guards. I still don't like Southern Utah. I get we're not playing the best Montana right now, but their guards didn't play that great in the first time they matched up. We just hit some clutch shots down the stretch. We definitely win this game again. I definitely think we can win this game again. And there's a little like, oh, is Montana going to come out motivated? Yes, Montana is 100% going to come out motivated because Montana, I think they lost like 2 close games to them last year or something, but it was like a home and home, lost 2 tight ones. So like they're very like Southern Utah means something to them. Kentucky Live yesterday was money. It was lovely. I do think Montana wins outright. Illinois has a fire intro that is scary betting against people. Not gonna lie. Liddell Sam Skavinsky. Liddell's supposedly questionable with the flu. Bet he plays though. Yeah, but if he's like, oh, dude, fun guy. God damn, you're good. So maybe he'll be like fucking good for half of the game. I'm gonna be looking to just smash Illinois money line on every book I have. Dude, fun guy. You were a killer yesterday too with the UTC information about Silvio De Sousa playing. Made a difference. They comfortably win. I think fucking Furman saw that at halftime and was like, fuck this shit. And that's why maybe they didn't play as hard in the second half against Sanford. Although, let's not take anything away from Quez Glover. What's up, BTN Sports? How are you, brother? Why you always say we? When talking about teams and stuff, I don't know. If I have money on you, me and you tonight are connected. You know? Best thing to do is smoking a joint, watching the Bougie Jake. Yeah, I just sometimes, I mean, take your breaks, come back to the real world, but Illinois will win at least 9. Go Illinois. I think Illinois ends up winning too. I think they probably do end up covering, but I'm going to be looking to live them because I know Ohio State's. I don't think they're just going to get absolutely shellacked all game. Patrick G. Oliver. I almost think they do come out and play a little better. They're not playing great. I don't expect them to close, but do I expect them to score like no points? Do I expect Liddell to do nothing? No, not really. Things like that. Noah Borelli, who's guarding Antoine Davis? I don't know. Collection, getting his shit and make him and be annoying all night. Buamin or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. No, they're not super athletic. Nobody can guard Antoine Davis in this league. That's kind of a baseline for Detroit Mercy games. No one can guard Antoine Davis. But he also takes some terrible shots, dude. And like now that they have all the different people in, roll stuff is not great for that team. I don't like the roll stuff with McAdoo, between McAdoo, Davis, now Waterman, that other guard that's like younger. I forget his name. Okay. Used your picks at once. Thanks, dude. Yeah, the goal of this is just to give information and factor into your own process. But if you understand why I'm taking them and you like that, then that's awesome. Middle Tennessee State buy down to 4.5. Easy play. That's a lot of juice, dude. How isn't it at like 7? It seems like a lot of juice. Branham versus Frazier is going to be such a fun matchup to watch. Makes you love basketball matchup. Yes, Peterson. I agree. That'll be great to watch to live. Will be great to watch to watch. What's your best bet? Ralph Robertson. I don't know. Those are all the same. I have SC Upstate. I have Cleveland State, Utah Valley, and Montana. I have all for 1 unit, so I don't know. I'm taking Montana and money line too. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Best. What does best? What does leans mean? It means I would only be on that side, Jeffrey Miller. Would only be on that side. I end up taking like I probably won't end up taking every one of these. We can go through them actually. But I do take like a lot of the plays. Like I'm gonna have Green Bay tonight as a dreamer, but I don't think it's irresponsible as fuck. I took a teeny bit of Quinnipiac just because I'm so angry at Siena from last time shooting so poorly and just having no competent like adjustments. I think coaching edge is massive to Quinnipiac. Carmen Macaroni, whatever the fuck his name is I think a slumlord who has bodies probably in closets somewhere. Okay. Why do we only lean Zags expecting at least a sushi? Because I don't believe in any part of the Zags enough to fucking take a -10 against a competent team. I don't think they're very good, but I think it's a good matchup, and I don't like just not a big Bouye fan, man. I'll go back to taking San Fran again because I like the way they play. I like their coaching. I'll go back to taking them again once he graduates this year. Yeah, Chad, the dad, dude, we have a good chat. I'm going to start. I'll write it in a different color, but like when we have consensus picks from the chat, like last night, Coastal Carolina, I'm going to start writing them on the board and I'm going to have my assistant track them. Utah Valley is who I like best on the board. Kay, what the fuck is your name? Did you write it and I didn't see? I need your name, dude, so I can refer to you as something. How do you feel about Julian Strother? The only piece I like on that entire team, including Timmy. I kind of like Anton Watson, too. I think he's a winner. But Julian Strother will be, I think, a pretty good NBA player. Carson. Oh, shit, you did say it. Oh, okay. I thought it was about something else. Okay, nice, man. Thank you. Yeah, Carson, I agree. Well, I don't agree. It's not my favorite thing on the board, but I'm putting a full unit on it. I just took the money line. I usually, like I say this, but anything under -3, I end up just taking the money line. I up to 2, it's profitable. Like I know long-term tracked -2 and under, it makes more sense to just take the money line. It's more long-term profitable, but I do it up to like 2.5, sometimes 3. I'll pay up to like -150, which is 60% implied odds. Nice round number. You can think in your head, did they win this 7 times out of 10? You think yes. Check the box. Unit, 10% edge unit. So yeah, I think that Utah Valley up to -150 makes sense in my head. Seattle just wilting at the end of that game last time. I thought the body language was so bad. I'm a big body language guy. It was so fucking bad. If they come out and hit a million threes, if Tyson has a really good game like he did in his first matchup, he was so dejected on the court. Don't think he will. And then AMAC tearing it up inside. Harmon, the biggest key piece to this, Carson, for me, is that I thought Harmon, I watched the end of the Dixie State game. I actually think Dixie State is starting to play pretty well. I would be on them or nothing against Cal Baptist, and I love Cal Baptist, so that says something. But Justin Harmon missed like 3, 4, 5 key free throws at the end of that game, and he's the type of kid that will come back and respond. They're going to win this game. That could be a pancake. Utah Valley could be a pancake. Maybe I agree with you. Fuck. Carson, I like it. UT Rio Grande spread. And another nice piece is that Dixie State has a point guard that's obviously less talented, but comparable in like build, athletic, skill set, whatever, to Darian Trammell. And they just played Dixie State, so they literally just saw the same thing. They'll be prepared. They'll limit him. UT Rio Grande spread. I was thinking about it. Who are they playing? Tarleton State. It seemed like a lot of points, and you give people free points as long as they can somehow. Let's see the guards. It's in there. So who do you trust? Captain America. Which guards do you trust? Montana lock. We don't use the word lock around here, brothers. Oh, that's Melly, dude. Nice, bro. Thank you. Who do you trust on this Rio Grande Valley team to deal with that pressure? Oh, these Nelson. Oh, Nelson. And there's Marek Nelson is the other guy on this team, and this Raekwon Taylor guy. Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me. But I think that's so many points. It feels like there's value there, but it's just not for me. I don't know the guards or trust them enough. If you really trust those guards, then yeah. Did Montana win the first matchup? Yes, Zach Schlepp. You see that Cal Baptist team is full of international guys. I really want to buy them in the future, but I also think the Dixie State big man he's been playing much better as the season's progressed. I've watched him like 3 times, and each time he's playing better. I think he's going to end up giving Aiken problems inside. I think Aiken's going to be in foul trouble pretty quick. I almost want to take Dixie State and just see. But, yeah, Gillespie is at Tarleton. So big coaching edge there too. SC State playing Winthrop, right? Yep. I watched that first game for some reason, and honestly, like Winthrop's just a really good shooting team when they get hot. Like I really like Patrick Good. So like if whatever, then whatever. I watched that first game. I have no fucking idea why. I think it was like a 3:00 game or something. Then I got invested because it went to overtime. So I put myself through like 2.5 hours of my life watching that. And I honestly thought, like just eye test, SC Upstate has a lot of talent, especially at the guard spot. They're just like kind of young, inexperienced, whatever. Or maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know how old the kids are now that I think about it. I've only watched them for like a season. But they have a lot of talent. It was easier for them to get offense than Winthrop in the first matchup, which you might not be able to believe. But, yeah, watching it, you're just like, dude, I think SC Upstate's going to win this game. I kept thinking it. Winthrop was pulling shots out of their ass. So I can't – at 10 points, I think is just wild. In what's probably like a game Winthrop might care less about, might, just like slower pace. People miss threes on both sides. Maybe neither team shoots as well as the first matchup. And so it just seems like a ton of points to me. Okay. What's up, Jews be trapping? How are you, brother? Teaser. Gonzaga -3 and Suns -4. I have no idea. I can't look at an NBA today. Temple plus 360 is insane. Yeah. I mean, it probably is insane. You're probably right. We like Temple, man. Yo, Let Temple bring you home. I can see people saying that. I understand. Damn it. Am I going to be like a bad person if I don't have some Temple? Is that like fucked up? If I don't have any money line? UNC Asheville would be nice if you closed out. Okay, let's see. Are there any I missed in terms of Temple spread keeps going up? Yeah, I mean, it could just be it might be hard for us to get points. I mean, realistically, it might be. I just don't understand. I love that team, and Memphis like isn't good, and they're not coached. Like such a big coaching edge, massive coaching edge between Aaron McKee and fucking Penny. Two former NBA guys going at it. You gotta like to see that. Ivan Sigala, yeah, I'm on Montana. I'm taking both. I'm on the money line too. I actually just went to the casino and took more plus 195 because I had to do something else and I was passing by and I just so happened to see Montana plus 195 and I was like, oh, you know what? What's up, Peter Rabbit? How are you, brother? I told you to fade Lafayette yesterday. No way we were beating BU. Oh, I did not end up seeing that. Yeah, nice job, brother. Yeah, you know your shit. Well, it's well documented at this point, Peter Rabbit. You're a Patriot guy. This Saturday, though, Lehigh versus Lafayette, their rivalry. So we go eye to eye. We are not friends this Saturday, Peter Rabbit. One day, just one day. You didn't have Temple last time. I did not. It fucking hurts my bones that I didn't have him against Cincinnati. Yes, very bad person if you don't have no, really. Just a little shekel sprink out of principle, right? I mean, I took the spread out of principle. I think it's a higher volatility game, but I took the spread out of principle. So I do feel decent about that. Freaking, what's another ones we haven't break down? I think Northern Illinois can beat Buffalo today. After watching that last Buffalo game, they have so many damn threes. They shoot so many threes from like big men. I mean, it's like, come on. Dustin, hopefully you stopped at Red Rock. I did stop at Red Rock, brother. I did stop. Oh, at the actual rock to take the dogs out? No, I just took them around to like a play date this morning over near my house. Only for one day, brother. Only for one day. How'd the date go? Well. Went very well. That's why I didn't get the video out till today. I didn't finish breaking down shit till like a couple hours ago. Went very well, big gun. Thank you, sir. Oh no, the casino. Yeah, I did stop by Red Rock Casino. I did do something else there. Okay, what did I not get to? So I got the Upstate. I got the Cleveland State. Temple, Utah Valley, Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois doesn't play the best basketball in the world, but this line's fucking insane. It's just insane with the guard talent that they have, and they actually have enough physicality to like match the athleticism and stuff for Buffalo, not make it super easy. If Buffalo's big men are hitting like fucking 60% from three, then yeah, I mean they're going to beat a lot of people. That's why that's a ridiculous line. And I think Buffalo just clinched whatever tournament or whatever seeding they needed, so this game means nothing to them. They're playing Northern Illinois in the back-to-back. I'm telling you now, Northern Illinois wins one of these two games. I'm just telling you. They beat Buffalo in one of these two games. We get them as a massive dog in both. They're beating them in one of these two games. Northern Illinois, another one of our teams. It might be the ugliest team we got on our We Love team list. Like, can't believe this is the only world where they're on the same list as a team like Towson. But Northern Illinois comes through time and time again. People don't respect Trendon Henderson like they need to. Your thoughts on what's up, Harrison Bowser? Nice to see you again, brother. Your thoughts on Oregon catching 3 at home? I think they can win, but don't trust them late in games. That's because they don't have a point guard. When you have no point guard, you fall apart down the stretch. I'm looking to take the number out to 4.5. Your thoughts? I don't buy points. I don't do that. No point. Why I pay more juice? Why I do that? I don't want to do that. I don't trust Oregon as far as I can throw them. They don't have a point guard. They have no future. But it's an awesome matchup for them. Like, they're length on the perimeter. And they can match up like they wall off the rim well. It's a lot of like jump shots. If UCLA is not hitting a ton of jump shots, and if Tiger Campbell maybe doesn't play, is maybe super questionable, there's some problems. I don't know if Tiger's playing Peterson. Fun guy. You know anything about that guy? Arizona State spread. I don't know. Super high volatility game for me. I can see Arizona State winning. I can see no, can't really see him winning, can I? I don't know, man. I don't know that team. I have no beat on. Arizona State is one team I can confidently say I have no beat on. Carson, why do this to ourselves? I started off the show this. Why do this to ourselves with Maryland, Indiana? Anything can happen. You can take Maryland money line, sure. You can take fucking Indiana to win by 45, sure. Some alternative spread crazy thing. You can take anything. Any outcome is possible in that game, but I wouldn't trust Indiana. I would never put, like, if I'm one of these people that do parlays, I wouldn't have Indiana money line as the backbone to every parlay, put it that way. Thank you, Harrison. You're a good man. When I don't respond to compliments and shit most of the time, it's because I'm a guy and we're just like not wired to fucking respond to compliments and stuff like that. Also, Western Illinois by 20. I don't know who they're playing, but that's a lot of points. I'm going to tell every one of your leans. I want to be like those guys hitting six-figure parlays. Chad the Dad. Well, you just win every day. What if you just like win consistently and like, you know, just have an extra source of income you didn't even think about just by like getting to solve fun problems and watch basketball. And then maybe it fucking, you know, who never knows what happens. But I don't know if you need all of that. Florida Atlantic, only thing that scares me, I think we've talked about every other one, Jews be trapping. Only thing that scares me, they've been on a little bit of a 3-point. They played awesome competition paired with being on a level of 3-point shooting slump, probably partly because they're taking them later, you know, more of them, tougher ones, whatever, by being down late in games, Jews be trapping. But Old Dominion's played really well. I really do think they've both played really well. So that would be the only thing that they're at home. So it's easier for Old Dominion. So that's the only thing that would scare me. I know you're big on guard play, and Indiana got worse guard play I've seen in Power 5. It's pretty bad. That's why, yeah, Carson, I wouldn't trust Indiana as far as I can throw them, but I don't trust Maryland as far as I can throw them. Gun to my head, I'll just take Maryland money line and clench my butthole. J.S. Peters, thanks, man. How about that came from Quez? Quez Glover's the best player in that conference. I don't care. Malachi Smith, I checked, had a pretty good game too. I'm a rugby player. Told you Clemson. Yeah, I was on your side. What are you talking about? Told me. I fucking was on your team. Yeah, I did. I said I like Clemson matchup too. I can't. Good play. I'm a rugby player. You know your shit. I know you know your shit. It saddens me that so many people lost money on Wake Forest. But I think it's like a great lesson learned about guard play and stuff too for people that lost it. It's like people understand why they lost that, and it's like you'll save money long run by being on Wake Forest there. Providence almost ruined my parlay. That shit was scary. That game was something. Luckily, I was doing something else during most of it, so it was nice. What's it called? All right. Any of these I haven't run through. Let me just run through the leans list for the boys. All right, let me just run through this real quick. First of all, looking to live Drexel UNCW. UNCW is such a runny team. Both of these teams are very runny, especially with the guard play they have. There will be opportunities to load up on Drexel in this game. I think Drexel ends up winning it. They blew a massive lead in the first game. I'm looking to live a bunch of Drexel today. We already talked about Illinois looking to live that spot. I think both of these will have good opportunities. And we've been doing really well on those. So I like that idea. I was thinking South Dakota State too, but I just had to take some South Dakota State. This Oral Roberts team is very flawed. This is actually a decent matchup for Oral Roberts. That's why it's not a fucking sushi. But I just think South Dakota State going for the perfect in-conference record so much better. Another thing for Murray State, it's like not only are you playing one of your rivals, but you're going for the perfect in-conference record. Hello, brother. Providence is fraudulent. They're not, but they did something special this year, so let's let them have it. Do I think that this regular season conference title is their peak of the season? Yes. Do I think they probably lose early in the tournament? Maybe, maybe not. They have a lot of experience, and I like Bynum. I like Ed Croswell. They have good leadership on that team. This isn't falling out of the fucking sky. You know what I mean? They have good leadership. What do I think about Colorado? I just don't know. Falcons, I'm sorry. I can't help on that one. I don't have a read on that game. I have no read on Arizona State all season. Just when I think they're turning up, They don't. And I think it's probably attributed to the fact that their fucking coach doesn't coach. The Hurleys don't coach, or they don't do it well. We'll put it that way. For a guy that went to Duke, that guy's a shit coach. Bryant -5 is nice. Bryant is on the leans list somewhere. Oh, I put look to live ? I think they actually might have. They typically have more trouble with that matchup than you'd think. Like in years past, I've taken them over St. Francis, Brooklyn, or whatever with Higgins, a couple of those other guys. Those St. Francis guys, for some reason, get up to play Bryant and hit shots. Like you'll see that Higgins guy will hit more shots tonight than normal. I don't know why, but I'm going to look to live Bryant. I don't want to pay the 5. I can't do the 5, and the money line isn't like enticing enough. So I'm in a weird spot with them, kind of like Drexel, Illinois. So maybe I will look to live Bryant. That would be the only thing I could do. How do I feel about UNC Wilmington today? I think the points have value. I don't know whether they cover or not, Cole Russo. Like I don't have a hard lead in there. I think there's probably at least a tiny bit of value. But you got to remember, Drexel was up. Drexel is by far the best player in this game. And like we like the UNC Wilmington guards as a group and stuff, but none of them could like sniff the jockstrap of Cam Winter, even though we don't love that Cam Winter doesn't progress. Still. So you got to remember Drexel was up 18 in the first game. Blew the lead. That's got to be on their mind. UNC Wilmington kind of already had the peak of their season with the longest winning streak in school history, shit like that. Yeah, they have to. Theoretically, big game. You got to win to stay tied with Towson for whatever, but Towson just beat you. You don't get the outright. Towson's going to end up winning out. So it's like, are you really going to like for the share of it, whatever? I don't know. I think they kind of had the peak of their season. Towson ends up winning the outright championship. They lose today. And I'm going to be looking to drop live Drexel all along the way during all the runs that both of these teams have. How do I feel about UCLA? I think they're fucking like, held together by glue right now. So against a bad matchup, I don't really want to take them, but I like the pieces individually and like how they fit like come tournament time and stuff later. Like that team's still going to make a run. Think about the guards that are on that team. Like a healthy Tiger Campbell is like one of the best point guards in the country. Not as weird as it is. There's not many point guards. So he's not that great, but he's still like experienced, tough, everything. Johnny Juzang, one of the top probably 3 closers in college basketball. Like Jaquez, awesome like piece that allows you to unlock so many things. It's still an awesome team. They just got to like get healthy. Really bad time of whatever. Best time of day to bet if you gone as early as possible for some games, and then it depends. Like if you have a feel for what's going to get hit in the market and stuff, but like if you're fading teams that the market always loves, you can wait. Like it's like if you walk into spots against like who's a good one to wait on. I think Cleveland State's perennially undervalued because they're not to the point where they're respected at like the Drake point. So like when you see people play against you on Cleveland State, that's fine. So it all depends like what the team is. Like if you want to play opposite of Drake, that Drake gets hit every time. And like analytics people are always going to love Drake. So they're always going to be on that side. That's generally the bigger money, at least you can count on in your head. So it's all dependent. Like if you're on a team where, like, I don't know, generally if you're on the right side, you want to bet it earlier than later, right? Because if you're on the right side most of the time in a reasonably efficient market, which you can't count on, but like, I don't know, whatever your assumptions want to be, but a lot of time generally earlier, I think. Amir Allcroft, what's up, brother? Okay, I was about to run through all the leans, so let me just do that so I feel good about that. All the people that are here can just fucking at least get any ones we haven't hit. FDU versus Wagner, too wide. I like Wagner. I know they have to win this game, but covering by 12, like that team is just not built to cover by 12. They're like a team that's built to win by a little bit. Northeastern, William and Mary isn't going to cover every single fucking game they play on the road. It's a good matchup for Northeastern. Northeastern is actually playing a little bit better at the end of the year. At least they've been coming through. Like Towson is also a good matchup for them. They came through against Towson, I think both times this year, but they're coming through on their good matchups. At least this is a good matchup. I would only take that way. It's scary to lay this many points with Northeastern to me, but they're going to win this game. Hofstra, got to do it. We talked about the ISO versus the good team defense of Elon. That's undervalued. Quinnipiac, I think the Siena guards just like, I don't know what direction the team is going in, but there's a giant coaching edge in this game. I had to just take a tiny bit. So like that's gonna be one I ended up having like a teeny bit on for you parlay fucking psychopaths. Oakland would have to be the matchup edge for me. I don't think against the perimeter defense they play, as long as Jalen Moore just doesn't walk off the court halfway through like defensive sets, I think it's going to be tough enough for IPFW to initiate their offense. I think it's crazy to take Green Bay, but I think they're going to win this game. I just think so, and I love that McGee kid. He probably won't stay there. He's probably going to transfer. But that McGee kid's really good. South Dakota's on fire. Why get in the way? Why catch the falling knife on Georgetown, especially because DePaul already beat Georgetown once without Freeman Liberty. Freeman Liberty's like older. He doesn't have many games left. I don't think he's just going to bail. Tyler Rose, what's up, brother? How are you? Gonzaga or nothing. We talked about that one pretty extensively. Dixie State or nothing. I really like the way Dixie – I watched the Utah Valley State versus Dixie State game. A little bit on our walk this morning. I watched the end. I watched a couple parts of it. I really like the way that Dixie State team is playing. They're trending up. There's a decent amount of talent on that team. I think it's a pretty bad matchup for Cal Baptist because I think one of the guys down low, I forget his name now. I thought of it before. Damn, but he's going to punish Aiken. I think it's a good matchup. They have a lot of athleticism on the perimeter. It's not a very good matchup. I think Dixie State is the matchup. I'd rather be on that side, but I like Cal Baptist. No reason to play against my teams. Talked about, I think Oregon has a matchup advantage with their length on the perimeter against a banged-up UCLA. Murray State or nothing for me. I don't get the market optics on this game either. I feel like I'm missing somebody being out or something because I thought it would be like -6 more so. So not quite sure. I haven't watched Murray State as of recent, though. They haven't played. They've been playing just kicking the shit out of people. I don't know what form they're in, whether it's just the competition so bad or what. Freeman Liberty is so tough, bro. He really is. Parlays should only be for fun, in my opinion. Also, everybody has a different strategy. I don't mean to shit on it. I don't mean to call people psychos. I don't really mean that. Like, everybody do your own thing. Everybody has their own process. But I just can't pay extra. It's not for me. It's not for me. Loyola Marymount against BYU. We broke this down the first time. I think Loyola Marymount covered. They were on the leans list that time. I don't think either of these teams play very good defense, which bails out Loyola Marymount because – they've been kind of shelved themselves this year without whatever big man they lost from last year, Magnuson. They're kind of like on repeat, but this is just way too wide. BYU's been playing like shit. This is too wide. It's like a pretty good matchup for as good as matchups are going to get these days for Loyola Marymount. I might end up on some Loyola Marymount. That could be one I end up on because I think matchup-wise, that's kind of ridiculous. San Diego versus – they suck, though. Why do that to yourself? Just why do that to yourself on a beautiful – Thursday. San Diego, I think they match up actually reasonably well from the guard position with St. Mary's. It just feels way too wide for me today. No NBA picks for me today, but Jamie Castaneda. I'm just going to focus on college basketball until the tournament. I love the 5 gets you 150 parlay, no risk. I guess. I don't know. Somebody sent me an 11 for 12 last night where Wake Forest was the one that didn't cash. Belmont is a good team. They're not a bad team. They're definitely more suited this year than years past with Richard and Shepard, I think are the names of the 2 wings that they have that are kind of like decent matches against these more athletic teams they're playing. I still like Murray State. I haven't watched them, though. If you watch Murray State, Cold Russo, interested to see what you think. Arizona, I think just Utah's like offensive sets. What are they going to do? And then Utah is so heavily reliant on that Carlson kid. I forget his first name, maybe Ben Carlson. He's pretty good, actually. Pretty crafty and shit. What the fuck is he going to do against Coloco? Those points scrap from the board, and we're just going to rely on like Raleigh Worcester jumpers. Hey, I loved Mark Madsen. I like his son, Gabe Madsen. The kid's got some big nuts. But just threes from that kid, like mid-range stuff from Marco Anthony, going to be much more limited. That's a shitty matchup. I, at a principle, don't feel like laying double digits on the road with Arizona. I think Arizona can just matchup-wise absolutely shellac Utah. You're going to rely on both Gatch? Come on now. USC minus 10.5. What turd cans are they playing? Oh, they're playing Oregon State again? Yeah, Oregon State's left the building. They've left the building. They're hanging out with Paul Scruggs. I think they're all having a cup of coffee somewhere. something stronger, probably. I think Hawaii against Cal Poly, so many easier points. They at least have some athletic people, enough high major, enough talent to throw at the Karoma kid. Everything else is shit. I think Hawaii can cover 11.5. And then Portland State, I think Weber State, really bad. Look at the end of the Northern Colorado game that we faded them against. Portland State's got enough talent. They have enough resistance inside with that Khalid Thomas kid to make it difficult for Bassett at least. And then they got to rely on the guards. And Kobe McEwen is a meltdown waiting to happen. I might even take Portland State money line. I need a second. What bell? Okay. San Diego is plus 8.5 now. When I put this on the board, like somebody slammed it 4 points down in however long. I put this on like fucking couple hours ago. That's crazy. Bryant, yeah, I would look to live. I'm not paying that price for him at -5 or like -200 or whatever. I can't pay that price personally. Okay, let me see. Oh, I just ran through this. All right, any last ones? I feel like I actually did this board relatively quick. I have a short day today, guys. Anybody got any last Evos? Oh, San Diego is 12. Cole Russo, what are you talking about? San Diego 8.5? Oh, you're talking Cole Russo. You're talking about San Diego, UC San Diego against Long Beach. Yeah, there's going to be people that are probably pulling Long Beach back price a little bit, the athleticism and stuff. I know this is a hot take, but I'm loving Sam Fran. I don't know, Eric Miller. I guess if you want to fade Gonzaga, be at it. They lost to fucking Alabama. When you're doing your brackets, let's remember that. Just keep that in mind. Gonzaga lost to Alabama. That's a thing. Okay. Miami, Ohio cover. I would lean that way in all honesty. I can write that one on the board. I don't know if Central Michigan can keep up with that team at the end of the year. I just don't trust Miami of Ohio. Like I would never take them to cover I would never trust them to cover a double-digit spread with the way they play. Like, do you know, like, dude, I watched that Buffalo last game. They left Chad the Dad. They left so many fucking points on the board. They were like alley-ooping to each other, but on fast breaks. So sloppily, though, that they couldn't even capitalize on like 3-on-1 fast breaks with slam dunks. It's like, come on. Dude, come on. You can't be leaving points on the board like that. Like key times in the game to go up 2 possessions with like 6 minutes to go, there was a big one. Cleveland State, I like State to pull away in the second half, but Detroit Mercy is down at home. Tyler Oz, I think a similar thing. I don't really care about the home. Their gym is not like super impressive to me, anything like that. I think they're a pretty good team. I just think Cleveland State's the best. And I trust Cleveland State. Montana, probably your favorite play. J.S. Peters. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Like when I'm playing Montana money line and Montana spread, it's like they're two different bets. You know what I mean? It's not the same bet. One is for them to win and like the odds of what I think winning versus what they are. Like I'll probably end up personally with Montana sushi on both, on the money line and on the spread. Oregon spread didn't hear you. Yeah, I'd lean that way. I can't trust them as far as I can throw them. They don't have a point guard, and you're going up against some really good guard play. They have a pretty decisive matchup advantage, in my opinion. Gonzaga isn't experienced enough on the road for me to trust them to go far in March. Eric Miller, I agree. I don't think you can trust Nemhard to take you really far in March. And then who else on this team? You want to trust Timmy? Every time this team trusts Timmy to take them somewhere, do you notice they end up fucking in a pile of poop? Just nope. Peter Rabbit, Georgetown. Why catch the falling knife, my friend? I get it's hard to take the ball at a favorite price. It really is. I can't do it, but I can't just try and catch the falling knife with a shitty Georgetown team who doesn't really have a decent coach. I mean, I don't want to disrespect Patrick Ewing while I do that, but he hasn't proven to be like an awesome coach. We'll put it that way. What's your take on USC Upstate? I just joined. User whatever. I watched the first matchup. I think there's actually a fair amount of volatility involved. Otherwise, I'd have like a pancake on them. But first matchup, I have no idea why I watched the entire fucking thing, and it went to like at least one OT. But I actually thought USC Upstate had was able to get much easier offense, like the athleticism of their guards and stuff. Was getting much easier offense than anything Winthrop could get. Winthrop hit a lot of threes. Yes, USC Upstate hit a fair amount too. I think it's going to be a lower scoring one than the first matchup, even though the last one went into OT. I think whatever the base score was will be lower. And I want to take the 10 points with the team that I thought could get easier offense. USC Upstate has some really good people. They have a really underrated team. They could be good in the future. I got to look at what ages those kids are. But I don't think Winthrop has a ton to play for in this game either. I think they're sandwiched somewhere where, yeah. Why do you fade Purdue in March? Just wondering. Because they don't have any guard play, Captain America. What guard on that team would you trust in March? I have no idea. The only person on that team you trust is Travion Williams, and he's a forward that they don't get the ball to enough. It's Thursday, and I'm excited to cheer for Fats Russell. What's new? Aaron Holtz, you're the fucking man, kid. Jaden Ivey, Low Horman. If you trust Jaden Ivey in March, there are gonna be a lot of sad times in your life if you get invested in that. Please don't get invested in that. I like you. I like having you around and stuff. I don't want you to fall into a hole or something after getting super invested into that. If I was Jaden Ivey should not be trusted. CJ Prosser. Amen, brother. If I was Painter, the ball would be in Trey Williams' hands 9 out of 10 possessions. He's my point guard. Yeah, unfortunately, big guys. Same thing with Liddell. Tonight, he is a huge match. He's going to take outside shots and stuff. Just because they're not great at getting the ball where it needs to be. They're better on Purdue, but still, you can't trust Ivy. You can't trust Sasha Stefanovic. Eric Hunter has literally gone regress during his basketball career. I don't know. Jaden Ivey is a free throw reliant athlete, and he misses the front end or one of twos almost all the time. It's like playing Giannis. It's just foul his ass. And one of two, just come down the other end, hit a three. Do you know how many 1 of 2 possessions it takes? I know 1 of 2 from the line is mathematically actually pretty productive for most teams, but NIU money line, Bugon. Yeah, I think they win one of these two against Buffalo. I really do. I think Buffalo is so overrated. I think Buffalo stinks. In my opinion, Buffalo stinks. I think if their big men hit 60% of threes again, then yeah, the NIU money line's dead in the water. I don't think they do. I think NIU had a really tough ending to last game where Hankerson had a bad game. Keyshawn Williams missed 2 free throws to win it, and I think they're the type of kids that respond. And even though they look really, really ugly basically all the time, there's so much talent on that team. I think their physicality can match up well. Probably should have more on Northern Illinois. I'm not going to show people my tickets, but I have a significant plus 500 ticket. I'm going to take them back to back. I think I really do think they win one of these two against Buffalo. I really do. What do you think the NIU money line really should be? I think they probably win the game. I think it should be maybe plus 200. Maybe they win the game 33% of the time. Maybe they win the game 35% of the time. So maybe maybe plus 200 plus 180 plus 180, maybe plus 5.5 plus 180. So I probably should have a little bit more on it. But NIU is a little bit ugly basketball. We love them, but they're a little bit ugly basketball. Okay. Sorry, Carson, I can't talk about that shit. Personal security, man. It's people that talk about that stuff are asking for things. This is the real world. Chad the dad, I live in Vegas, so that's part of it. You get tailed home from casinos and shit. That's a real thing. I've talked about it before, but that's a real thing. You get tailed home from casinos and stuff. I can't be posting my fucking things on here. I've already had to do so much to my house in terms of personal security. The real question is, are you hammering UMD? Yeah, right after I drive my car, I'm going to then drive directly to the Grand Canyon and just literally drive right off it into the abyss. with my Maryland money line ticket in my pocket. That's what I'm going to do. Can you explain Cleveland State wasn't here? I just, good distilled down. Aaron Holt, I like it. Cleveland State, for me, more than anything, is basketball. Damn, bro, you good? People really that crazy? Stay safe, bro. Yeah, dude. Of course. Of course, it's cash. That's a big part of break-ins in Vegas, why there's a lot of break-ins in Vegas in general. There's a lot of people that play like poker, whatever, sports betting, everything. There's a lot of cash. That's why there's a lot of cash. Okay. So Cleveland State, yeah, I think just basketball versus like athleticism, talent, whatever. Too many pieces against a team that's so fundamentally sound, stuff like Cleveland State. They're still working Waterman back in. There's too much, I don't know if you want to call it selfishness, whatever, but me ball versus team ball, and I will take team ball 10 times out of 10. Okay. Cash is king, Chad the Dad, but it also causes, when people know you have it, it causes some problems. Tukey, what's up, brother? So I did just a joint thing on the bottom. All right, I fucking got through a lot of games in a short amount of time. If I don't have to do 2 hours today, then we don't. Does anybody have any last questions? And then we will piss out. It's an early day, and then I can get to because I will fucking produce something for Saturday this week. I've been leaving people hanging on weekends, and I will fill that void with probably a YouTube video, though. I'm not going live on a weekend. I'm not. I have too much to do on weekends. Weekends are too sacred. Thoughts on Portland? I got Portland. I have a nibble on Portland. They're so hot. Get out the way. Get out the way. I trust Meadows and what's his face too. I like Meadows and Robertson. I like the story too. We'll talk about Lehigh, the Lehigh Lafayette tomato Peter Rabbit. Yes, we will. But I like the story too, coming over from Eastern Washington together. I think Hunter Woods is a semi-liability in this game, CJ Prosser. If Hunter Woods has a good game, Portland's going to win by double digits. They just are. What do you think about these Idaho teams today? I don't think anything. I glossed over both of them. I don't hate Idaho State these days, I'll tell you, though. I really don't hate Idaho State these days, Eric Miller. But NAU is such a shitty place to travel to. I've talked about that with other people, but when I drive cross-country to go back home for the holidays and bring my dogs, I fucking go through Flagstaff, which is where NAU is. Dude, that place is a fucking black hole. It's a black hole. Nice dog parks, though. Nice dog parks, but a black hole. Thanks, Chad the Dad. Good to see you, brother. Peterson, you too. St. Thomas -2. I don't fucking know. Oh, I just talked about Northern Arizona. I don't know enough about that team. I just know that must be a difficult place to go play at because it's such a dumpster. St. Thomas -2, I think they are so out athleticisms and out talented in that game, but they have fundamental advantage, stuff like that. Thing is, St. Thomas is to an incredible level, fucking out talented and stuff. It's incredible. It's really bad. It's like market can't figure it out enough. It's a good matchup against North Dakota, who's mostly a bunch of smallish, youngish white guys. So that's a good matchup for St. Thomas if there is one. I don't trust them as far as I can fucking throw them. Don't trust Denver on the road. I don't want to play into that side of the athleticism versus team basketball kind of thing we just talked about with Cleveland State. I don't want to be on the other side of that. I want to take Denver. But matchup-wise, fuck, it's Denver. Move head real quick. Yeah, I can. Murray State gets it done. I just don't. I gotta watch that. I will watch Murray State, so I'll have some thoughts for when it comes to that conference tournament. It worries me, the market optics. There are clearly a lot of people that believe in Belmont today. I mean, you can see that in the market, right? So I still don't think they win, but I don't quite know how both teams are playing. I'll be watching it for tournament optics, though. All right. Dixie State, good spot. I do like the matchup for Dixie State today, and they are playing better. Cal Baptist is one of my teams I really like, and I'm looking forward to investing in the future. So I don't really love betting against them, but it's definitely Dixie State or nothing from Eric Miller. They played very well at the end of that game versus Utah Valley, in my opinion. Utah best player questionable. Load up Zono, who gets 80 on the road. I can see it, Tim McFadden. They're on the leans list. They're on the leans list for sure. Good matchup. Because Tim McFadden, what does Ben Carlson get inside versus Coloco? And they need that for a reliable offense. They go to him a lot. Ben Carlson is very high usage for that Utah team. No consistent offense through him, you're fucked. I just don't like laying that many points on the road with fucking that guy. Really, in general, that many points on the road. You rarely see me ever do that unless it's like fading a Duquesne team that literally quit on the season. I mean, if you're watching that game, I'm surprised they're not just like punching each other in the face after one of their teammates misses shots. They hate each other so much. Love Miss Middle Tennessee State at home. Yeah, if I wasn't like an investor and I was just a gambler, I might take Middle Tennessee, but I need value. And like at this point, Middle Tennessee is as highly rated in the market as possible. Marshall is as low rated in the market as possible. Granted, Middle Tennessee's like fucking on fire, and like they don't even know their own ceiling with how good Cam Weston is and shit like that. So if you take them, I get it. But for me personally, it's like one commodity is way too low, one's commodity is way too high. It's probably a decent enough matchup for Marshall. Kinsey can maybe guard those like the top ball handlers like Weston and shit, make Weston have a really tough day. I don't know. I just can't from a market optics perspective. I just had to kind of pass on that game. You like LMU, bro? Why? Because I don't think either team plays defense in City. And I think they just like this, for as bad as LMU is this year, this BYU matchup lets them off the hook every time in a lot of those instances. And we took them. This is, I think, at home. It was like maybe they're like a +5 dog, +5.5, +6, somewhere in that range. And I leaned LMU. And it was like a close game all game. I think this is generally the same thing. I don't feel like trusting LMU, but I fucking would never lay 12.5 with BYU in this spot. I'd rather throw my head through a wall. BTB Dodgers, impressive surgery. We'll see. The last few days, the chat's been working out really well. So we'll see. I'll post this to Instagram, and then I should have posted the graded one after because I graded it on the board, for yesterday. But I'll post it for today. We'll see. Every day, I mean, just consistently, you put the work in BTB Dodgers, you have success long term. It's not a one-day thing. Peterson, yes, sir. I'll see you, brother. I'll let you know if my legger hits again. Choose me trap and good luck, brother. I live in Wisco. You think Green Bay can cover? I haven't been impressed with them. I think they can win outright. I think this matchup is going to be so gritty, sloggy, gruddy, whatever. I think they can also get blown out by 40, and I would never wreck them to anybody in my life. It's so irresponsible. But, you know, the pothead, the degen, the dreamer, the kid that loves McGee and me will have a little money line ticket at +300. I think Fullerton can get the job done. I think so too. I think UC Irvine's becoming maybe a little overvalued in the market, but I did watch them the other day. They're playing much better. I think I don't want to get in front of a hot team. There's no reason for me to do that, Eric Miller. But if you take whatever the money line is now, +130 or whatever, I don't hate it. I think it's an important game, right? For them, like more important for them than for UC Irvine, I believe, Eric Miller. What do you mean by investor? Jacob Maswell. Well, it's like, I don't know. I look at teams more like it's a price in a market. It's the same thing as if you want to go buy bananas from the fucking grocery store. It's the same thing if you want anything you buy. It's just, do you think this is undervalued relative to whatever? I guess that's a different one. You're going to eat the bananas. But if you're buying it to resell again, it's like, do you think it's undervalued? Then buy it. You think it's overvalued? Then sell it. It's like not as much about who you think is going to win. Is it mispriced? And if it's mispriced as an investor, then, you know, long term, if you buy like mispriced assets that are mispriced on the, you know, the value side, you just win. You don't need to worry about who's going to win, like definitely things like that. Like there's some of it, like Providence, probably not a lot of fucking value there, but we followed Xavier all season and they find a way to fucking lose this version of Xavier. So I just have to take Providence because I fucking put the time in whatever. Most of the time it's like about value. Like that Montana fucking Southern Utah game behind me, it's basically a 50-50 game. That's a fucking toss-up with the guard play of Montana and how dopey Southern Utah plays, like in stretches every game. Do you ever go over 2 units? I do in specific spots, Carson. I don't like recommend that people do that kind of stuff, though. There's like no reason to. You win long term. I'm a degenerate at heart. Like I'm a former addict. I still am an addict. Like I have a lot of things. So like there's no reason to really do it. There's like Jared Cannonier spots where I'm like, you know, I just go over the moon, like the Braves, stuff like that, specific things. But most of the time, there's just what reason? If you win long term, what is the point of hammering games? Honestly, all you do is set the downside risk versus the upside risk is insane. what the fuck is the point? You're going to just win long term. So it's like set in stone. Like, I'm going to win. I put the work in. I talk to smart people, whatever. I'm going to win. So why do you set yourself up for the variance of like a fucking, even if you handicap right, your team shoots 15% from the field, 15% from three, 20% from three, something like that. It's just like outliers. Why do you set yourself? Why would you hold yourself a victim of that variance? Why not just take that out of the equation and just win long term regardless? That sounds fun. San Diego, why? Oh, over St. Mary's. I just think it's way too fucking wide. Where do they get off doing that when it's like matchup wise, it's decent? And Arlington, it can be a little bit of a mismatch on the other end. But like from a guard perspective, kudos to those guys. They actually have like decently stout perimeter defense on San Diego. Temple plus 12.5 lock. Yeah, I think there's a lot of variance to that game. That's why I only sprinkled it. But I'm out of pure respect for Temple. It's like Temple, undervalued commodity, still in the market. So we just buy them every time. I realize that. Like, I mean, it's something I usually do, but just in terms of wrecking it for people, just buy them every time. Towson, buy them every time. Northern Kentucky, buy them every time. Like, if you want to take them, I don't know who the fuck the money line is against Robert Morris. They can't lose that game. It's not physically possible. So if you want a free, like, whatever, 16%, whatever, not 16%, fucking 20%, whatever return on your money to in like 2 hours time, just take it. It's like, these are things where it's like undervalued relative, just value, but it's like buying a stock or something. It's like, oh, I like Tesla. It's like, okay, then just if you think Tesla's undervalued, it's like, well, you buy a little more until it's valued correctly, or in your opinion. So how do you establish what's value or not? Well, I guess over time. Do you follow? I don't know. I've been doing this for 20 years. So it took a while. I don't know exactly how to, I mean, you got to have some reasonable process you believe in. So my reasonable process is knowing games really well. Like, not knowing games. I watch a ton of tape and I just know the players from when they're freshmen. So you kind of get a general idea of the arc of them, what the coaches are trying to do, how his zone matches up versus what kind of players, all of that. That's my process. Some people do it using systems. Some people do it using market optics, even though I don't necessarily believe markets are very efficient right now. And where you're getting data from on those market optics. So I always talk about stuff like that. But I mean, everybody has their own process. Like any fucking investing, I mean, you got to just take time, figure out what your process is, try different things, talk to smart people. Jacob Maxwell, hopefully that helped. I go to Temple. We probs losing, but may cover. Yeah, at some point, Magic kind of, Temple plays hard, man. They play really, really hard. You think ASU can go into Colorado and win? Yeah, with their guard play with like Heath and shit and Kamari Lawrence, how good a matchup is Lawrence going to be? I don't know. Walker and Battie, the combo of that kind of stuff, even though Brian Kidd maybe gives them trouble, maybe gives Graham trouble. What do we think about that matchup? Do you think Jalen Graham? I can only bet on ASU, or I think Jalen Graham has good matchups, but that's just like ASU. I don't know. I don't know on ASU because there's some of the pieces doesn't equal like the individual pieces. Like, you have Jay Heath, Marion Jackson, and Jalen Graham on a team. You should be way fucking better than they are and way more consistent, because those like are relatively consistent enough options proven. And you just have found a way to just flush it down the toilet fucking Hurley. So, I mean, he doesn't coach. So what do you want? He literally doesn't coach at all. He just stands on the sideline, looks grumpy, and yells at people. Oregon money line? Sure, if you want. I mean, I think they have the right matchup. I can never say no to people on the matchup advantage. Celtics 340. This is a matchup show. That's literally how I handicap, is matchup based. But I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. They don't have a point guard, which is helpful in a game where you'll probably get some turnovers. You are at home, so I understand that angle. But, yeah, I don't want to bet on Oregon. I don't think I need to do that to myself. Got a favorite casino game? I love roulette, even though that's the worst value in these casino. Carson, I don't play any. I live in Vegas. I don't play any table games at all, or casino games. I just bet on sports because I make money doing it. I don't get like I don't like chance. Or I like eliminating as much chance as possible. So like when you're eliminating variance from spots or playing into variance on like really good prices or different things like that, it's like different. But I like to I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of control betting on sports games. As weird as that is, because it's a bunch of kids fucking playing a game. I feel like I have a lot of control relative to like a fucking, table game or something like that. Thanks, Midnight Titan. You're a good man. All right, last call for alcohol. I'm getting out of here. Last calls. Oh, Tyler O's. I don't know what that means. Yeah, by the way, dudes, if anybody, this thing keeps telling me about money after, like you earn this much, some live betting it, live something assistant, do not send me any fucking money. If it's like free things you're just tapping or something, whatever. But nobody send me a fucking nickel, please. I'm going to find a way eventually, like when we do, because this is eventually going to evolve into something. And when it does, when money comes in and stuff, I'm going to find a way to redistribute that. I don't even fucking really want that. I mean, once it gets huge, then yeah, I'm going to take millions for myself. But like I'm going to find a way to redistribute a lot of it. Like, so, it's likes on your TikTok stream, bro. I don't know what that means, dude. Yeah, HFMC, Donald Lee, I can't. Oh, okay, Tyler Rose. Okay, cool. USC, Hawaii, and Portland are also on there on the lean side. And then look to live is Drexel in Illinois. Wow, great day, Donald Lee. Yeah, bro, it's not thanks to me. You're fucking putting the work in. You're sitting on the stream and all that. Yeah, dude. We have people we have a lot of really good information in here. It's actually shocking that this quickly we have this many people that like know players, watch a lot of fucking games. It's eventually when it turns into something, we'll redistribute the wells. So all right, I'm going to get off of here. Hope everybody, I like this, under an hour and a half. This is a quickie today. But we'll do tomorrow, and I really will come out with some kind of content for the weekend. I'm not sure how, but I will come out with some kind of content for the weekend. Hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful Thursday. Have a good one, boys. I'll talk to you soon. All right. We got to run out.